All right, people, I am back. I am Lyman, and this is Morrowind. Oh man, has it been frustrating trying to get everything back up and running. Some of the delay has come from trying out a new mod, which I tried and I did not like, and it is called Morrowind. I believe it's Morrowind Sound and Graphics Overhaul. Let's see if I can find it. Where did I put it? No. No. Maybe I put it up here. Okay, MGSO, Morrowind Graphics Sound and Overhaul. Um, I think that for the average person who wants to play Morrowind and get a better experience, it's probably not a bad mod to get because it does a lot. It is basically a compilation of many mods rolled into one. One of them being this one here, which I've mentioned a few times, Morrowind Graphics Extender, which allows you to see off in the distance. For me, it does not really work because I have got tons and tons and tons of mods already. Let's just have a quick look. I'm hoping this doesn't mess anything up. And I am going to get right into playing after this, but these are basically all of my mods right here. These, I don't even know how many I got here. Who knows? It's just about the same number as before. So yes, I tried it out. I didn't like it. There are a couple of features. One of the things I don't like about it is that it's not very customizable. You basically either get all of it or none of it. I wish that they had put something on there to allow you to pick and choose which parts of it that you want. But that option was not there, at least not that I saw. But there were a couple of parts to it that I was able to extract from it, and I have just those running. And basically those are two side programs. And I might be able to just show you real quick. One of them is a 4 GB patch. Let's see. 4 GB patch. That one was in there. I was able to extract that. And then there's an exe optimizer. Oh yeah, and the 4 GB patch also allows the 64-bit. So those two probably are supposedly, hopefully, going to make the game more stable. So I will get hopefully less errors and less crashes to desktop. Another thing I am saying goodbye to is one which you probably have seen me start up here. It's called Morrowind Enhanced. Morrowind Enhanced is a side program that runs along next to Morrowind. And what it does is Morrowind, and basically what it does is it allows you to do things with Morrowind that normally Morrowind could not do. And the reason why I'm getting rid of it is because there are two mods that I was running and I'm no longer running those mods. One of them was NPC Enhanced. I talked about that quite a few episodes ago, and it's basically one that basically makes the NPCs do more, but I didn't like the effects that it was having on them. It made them run away if they got low on health. That was just plain annoying. And then it gave them a whole bunch of potions and scrolls, but they never used them. So I was just accumulating a bunch of potions and scrolls, so I'm getting rid of that. And then there was Stealth Overhaul, getting rid of that one. That one was the one that makes it so when I go into sneak mode, it gives me a chameleon effect, which makes it harder for them to see me based upon the amount of darkness that is in the area. But that had the bug in it that when I attacked someone while I was in sneak mode and chameleonized, they wouldn't be able to see me, and so they would automatically run away. And that almost broke the game for me, because then the enemies never attacked me. They just kept running away, and I had quite a few battles like that. So I didn't like that. I tried to find a way to change that, to make it fortify, sneak instead, but I couldn't find a way to do it. So I'm just saying goodbye to it, and I'm gonna not look back. And on the downside, the down note, I've got to start over a new character. Let's go into Morrowind. Hopefully you can see this well. I did a couple of test runs on this, and I got 1 or 2 errors, but they are the same errors that I had been getting this whole time. I'm probably going to get some more errors that I got before, but those were easily fixed. There were just some missing files, and all I had to do was create duplicates of other ones, rename them to the files that were missing, and then I just used those files. I think there were some hair files. Some of the lady elves were missing some hair, so I just took some hair files from a different mod, renamed them to the ones that it was looking for, and then it just used those. So that might come up. I think one of the mages in Balmora, the female mage who enchanted stuff, or trained me in enchant, I think she was missing some hair, so we'll see what happens when I go to visit her. I got kind of excited, a little excited, the idea of starting over a new character. I'm going to be running this character different than the other character, which to me, I guess, is a good thing. Going to make things a little different, maybe a little more challenging. I'll get into the details of that in a minute. Let's start up a new game. I'm probably going to get an error message here. I think it'll just go past it. Here we go.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. There you go. You were dreaming. What's your name?
This time I will be Lyman Jr.
Well, not even last night's storm could wake you. I heard them say we've reached Morrowind. I'm sure they'll let us go. Quiet. Here comes the guard.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Haven't had yet a chance to check. I'm hoping that these sounds will be okay. Just turn that down a little bit. Hopefully that's all right. I did a little retouching on some of the graphics. I think they look phenomenal. I hope you are going to be able to see them on your end as you are watching. The graphics look really good.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
All right, all right.
The sooner you leave, the sooner we can move on.
Right.
This is where they want you. Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
So everything looks pretty good. Stuff here, it's not gonna let me look in there. I turned on a few extra effects in the Morrowind graphics extender, which I did not have on before. Some of the shadows there from the sun coming down, that's a new one that I added on. Some of them I didn't even realize they were there. And that's actually one of the good things about the Morrowind graphics sound overhaul, was that it did actually teach me a little bit about some of the things like the Morrowind graphics extender. It comes with it. Everything looks pretty good. That water looks beautiful on my end. I don't know if you can see that as well on your end. Alright.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Okay, I am still going to be a Breton. And I'm still going to play somewhat the same way as I did before. But this time, I'm going to be a little more heavily into the magic. Last time I did mostly, I think, a lot of sneaking, stealthy, thief-like stuff. This character's going to be a bit more into the magic. And the Breton and the High Elf are the two best for magic. I think so anyways, because you get Magicka bonus. Both of them get a Magicka bonus. This one is 0. This is half your intelligence. High Elf gets 1.5 times your intelligence. So the High Elf gets a lot more Magicka, total Magicka. But the skills I like better for the Breton. And also the High Elf has a bunch of these weaknesses. Weakness to fire, electricity, Magicka. Whereas the Breton has got 50% resist Magicka. So I'm going to go with the Breton. I like the face I had last time. Beautiful. Look at how beautiful. I don't want any really great hair. Let's see. No. Bald? How about this? Because he's junior. He's Lyman Jr. That looks great for Lyman Jr. What do you think? Lyman had dark hair, so Lyman Jr. is going to have blonde hair. Does that make sense? We'll do that. Okay, I like conjuration. I'm still going to be heavy into conjuration, but this time I'm going to be more into the conjuration than I was last time. So let's say okay.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Notice, and I don't know if it was like this before, but things are out of focus. Things are out of focus where you're not looking a lot of the time. And I don't know if it was like that before. So if I'm focused on him, let's see if it does it. See how it's slightly out of focus around here, but he's crystal clear. I don't remember if it was like that before. And I guess maybe that makes it a little more realistic. That's how our vision is, but might also enhance the just the graphics in general. Okay, here's perfect example. See how it's fuzzy right here? Or right here it's clear. Right here it's clear. Get some nice shadows there. Alright, I'm gonna create a character.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
Look at that candle. Very nice candle. I'm gonna fill out the forms myself. Okay. This character is going to be much more inclined with magic. But I still don't want to go up in levels too fast. Your specialization will give you better skills in these areas. Gives you +5 to those skills, but they also go up faster. So I've got to be careful. Last time I chose combat because I figured these skills, I didn't want them to go up too fast. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I didn't want my magic and stealth skills to go up too fast. This character might be a little bit different. I think I'm still going to choose combat. Because the other issue I had last time, if you remember, is I had trouble rising up in the ranks of some of the guilds because my skills didn't go up fast enough. Okay, so especially like the Legion and the Fighters Guild. So I'm really going to try and make sure that I don't do that with this character. So I've got to try to make sure that all of my attributes, my skills, all blend well. Now, for my attributes, this time I am not going for endurance, which is one of the signs. Matter of fact, let me just, I'm just going to click OK here.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain sign. And what would that be?
I'm going to come back and redo those skills after. If you want to be a mage and you want the sign of a mage, I think there were 3 or 4 signs that give you benefits to being a mage. This is the first one. It just gives you a bonus to your magicka of half your intelligence. Let's see. Then there's the apprentice. Is that the one? Okay, black mage. That's from a mod. Okay, I'm not gonna do that one. Ritual, serpent shadow. Okay, if you remember last time, I believe I was the lady. With a bonus to personality and a bonus to endurance. And I believe that's probably the best one, but this time I'm really going to be trying to focus on being more of a mage. And so this time I'm going to go with the sign of a mage. So I can either choose this one, I guess there's 3 of them. This just gives me a bonus of half of my intelligence to magicka. Then there is the apprentice, which gives me a bonus of 1.5 times my intelligence to my magicka, but also gives me a weakness to magicka. And then there's the atronaut, which gives a very large bonus, double my intelligence to magicka, but I also get stunted magicka. Stunted magicka, if I remember correctly, means that you don't get any magicka from any resting. And I believe that includes if I take a boat ride or go on a silt strider. It does not go up. The only way for me to regain my magicka is through, I guess, potions and or items. But I also get spell absorption. Now, my character already has resist magic of 50%, which basically means half of the stuff cast at me gets negated. There is another 50% chance that I will absorb the spell or spell-like effect, and I will gain magicka equal to, I guess it's equal to its casting cost. So although I will not gain any magicka from resting, I will be able to gain some, hopefully, from people casting spells at me, if I were to use this one. And I believe this is the one that I'm going to use. So I'm going to have a lot of magicka. I'm going to have some spell absorption, but I'm also only going to be able to gain magicka from the potions or from this spell absorption. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. I thought that there was one more that had something to do with magicka, but I guess not. Maybe I'm thinking of the race. Okay, so I am going to be the Atronaut. Sounds good.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Okay, so now that I've got this Magicka is a good bit higher than my previous character, just from that Atronaut sign alone. But now I'm going to redo my skills and my attributes to blend in better with what I'm trying to go for here. So, I'm gonna fill out the forms. Okay. In order for me to make up for not having much endurance, I'm gonna need better defenses, which means part of it's gonna come from block, and the other part is gonna come from heavy armor. Wearing armor in Morrowind, by the way, does not hurt your spellcasting at all, like it does in other games. I still want a high conjuration. I still want a high sneak. And I still want a high security. Now, one of the things that I do have to be careful with is my training. Training is an absolute necessity if you want to build a good character, a strong character, if you want to have a good character build. And you got to make sure when you train, you basically are only going to be training in your miscellaneous skills. So I am not going to train in any of these, and you got to pick and choose well. I got to make sure I have enough to be able to train with. Last time I had acrobatics. I am not going to use acrobatics this time. I do want athletics though. And I'm also going to be using one strength-based weapon at least for a little while. And the reason why is because I'm going to be using heavy armor. With heavy armor, I'm going to be really encumbered, so I'm going to need a higher strength. So strength is going to be one of my favorite attributes, so that because I'm going to need to be able to carry the armor plus any other gear that I find. This, what's my other one going to be? I think I'm going to say speed. Because since I am going to be so encumbered, I'm going to be naturally slower. So actually, I think I'm going to trade in sneak and athletics. This will hopefully help make up for my my over encumbrance. So hopefully I won't be too slow in the beginning. But this means that my sneak is going to be less. Well, it's a tough call. Okay, I definitely don't want spear. Now, if I chose, let's say, marksman right now, I would have 3 out of the 4 agility-based skills here. That means the only one that I could train in would be light armor. Light armor. Think about that. That's the only one I'm going to be able to train in for the whole game. And I would probably max that out pretty fast. So I really don't think I can have marksman as one of these skills, because I've got to have 2 that I can train in throughout the game. So I'm going to trade in marksman for something else. I could just go acrobatics. I think I'm gonna go with a short sword, short blade. So that way I can have a speed one there. Here, I think I'm gonna have that be destruction. I'm gonna try and keep at least some amount of speechcraft. My personality is gonna be a lot lower, as well as my, I think I had minor speechcraft as a minor last time, so I'm gonna have more difficulty persuading people in this game. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have items or potions that are going to be able to boost my personality and or my speechcraft. Otherwise I'm going to have to be bribing everyone, which I suppose I could do that, but yeah, this character is going to be very different from the others. So I'm going to have a really high block for a few levels. Maybe I can't do this. I only want to use my strength-based skill for a few levels and train in it just to boost my strength up a little bit, so that way I can hold more stuff to accommodate for the heavy armor. But after I do it a couple levels, I'm going to want to go back to endurance. Going to want to go back to endurance, which would be, I guess, spear. So at first it's going to be strength, agility, and intelligence. Remember, I'm trying to get 3+5s. This is why I'm trying to think about this now. I'm trying to get 3+5s every level. I got to think about which skills are going to give me the 3+5s. So this is intelligence, this is intelligence. Alchemy and enchant are going to be miscellaneous, like they were last time. Agility. Agility. So I've got 2 agility skills. That means I'm going to train in marksman and or light armor. Probably marksman first. See, I don't think this is going to work. Because once I go back to agility, and I'm using marksman, my block will be almost useless because I'll be using a bow and arrow. This will be useless. This will be useless. So the only thing I'm going to gain agility from will be my sneak, the marksman, and maybe light armor, but I'm not going to be wearing light armor. I think I've got to put marksman back here. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, what if I put marksman here? See, one of the other things too is that I want to go up in character levels. You can't raise any of these beyond 100. So if this one starts off, if one of these starts off at, let's say, 40, well, once it gets maxed out to 100, it can't go up any higher. So then I can't use something like this. If this gets out to 100, I can't use that anymore to raise my character level. So I've got to make sure I have skills that can still raise my character level. And I got to have them in at least something, some kind of governing attribute. Where, you know, this one's willpower, so that one will boost up my willpower eventually. That one will boost up my agility eventually. So if I say axe, just for a couple levels. Just for a couple levels. So I'll have heavy armor. I'll still have block. It just won't be a very high skill to start with. So I'll have to train in block. I'll probably train in block first this time, and I'm just not going to do anything with light armor for a while. Alright, so at first I am going to use heavy armor with an axe and block and some conjuration. So I'm going to have strength, it's going to say agility, but it's not going to be agility, is it? It's just going to be strength, endurance, and intelligence. I guess we'll see. Maybe it will be agility, because I did want agility first. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I'm going to want them all eventually anyways. But I think for the first couple levels, it's going to be strength, intelligence, this is going to be real tricky. Maybe I shouldn't do strength at first. Maybe I'll just do agility, endurance, and conjuration the same way I did before, and wait a little while to do the strength. Because I've already got some extra strength compared to what I had before. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I got heavy armor, marksman, strength, willpower. Okay, I think this is going to do it. Now the only thing is I just want to make sure that these are where I want them to be, and I think so. I think I want a high security because picking locks, although I like sneak, I really like sneak, I think that security is just a little more useful. At least in the beginning of the game. And so as the game advances, my sneak will go up, and hopefully my sneak will get better. Unless I want to exchange marksman and sneak. Can I do that? I think I can do that. So now my sneak is high. Marksman is kind of low. That'll be okay. It'll go up eventually. Alright, this might be better. So I'll have a high sneak, high heavy armor, high conjuration. I'll be fast with athletics. I'll be able to pick locks. My shooting with a bow and arrow, will be mediocre. I'll be attacking with an axe at some point. I'll be attacking with a short blade at some point. Destruction magic much later in the game, and speechcraft just to help me with talking to people. Combat skills are gonna go up quicker. Hopefully that will help me with the other factions. You know, and for that, I wonder if instead of axe, I should just go with longsword. I can't remember if the Legion, Imperial Legion, and the Fighters Guild both have axe. I know they both got heavy armor, so maybe I shouldn't worry about that. Alright, I'm not going to worry about it. I think that's going to be good. Strength, speed so I can run a little faster, strength so I can hold a little more. Okay, looks good. So I got a 50 strength. I think my other character had a 40. I should be able to carry an extra 50 pounds worth of stuff, kilos worth of stuff. Okay, intelligence is 50, not bad. Willpower, agility's only 30. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. That's pretty low. Speed, pretty good, 40. Endurance is really low. That's also really gonna hurt. I gotta make sure that my heavy armor and my block are gonna be up to speed. I'll definitely be able to inline. I'm definitely gonna be in line for some one-hit kills. Last time endurance was, I think it started at 70, either 60 or 70. This time it's only 30. So my health is going to take a big hit. I guess I've got to boost that up fast. I got to keep getting my endurance up. Sneak, heavy armor, 35, good. 35 athletics, everything looks good. All right. Lyman Jr. is on the way. So now I have a stats menu.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit to get your release fee.
I like that candle. I really like this candle. It's very nice graphics. Hopefully you can see that.
Take your papers off the table and go see Captain Gravius.
Yeah. I'm on my way. Some nice fire there. Hopefully you can see that fire nice. Everything looks really good.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Sullus Gravius.
Talking to Sullus Gravius. But first, I will pillage and loot your entire stash of goods. Goblet. Yeah, thanks. Plate. Yeah, thanks. Alright, hound meat. Okay, this is not good. I've got all this stuff. Apparently my alchemy skill is so low that I cannot see any of the abilities of these things. So definitely I'm going to need some training in alchemy as soon as possible. And don't forget, the only way for me to gain magicka is going to be through potions, at least for now. Okay, dagger. Hriskar wants his knife. Hriskar is going to sharpen the knife. I got some bread, some flint, some crab meat, and some general stuff to steal so I can sell. Lockpick. And some more bread. How much can I carry? 250. So my other character was 200. This character can carry 250 gold worth of stuff. 250 pounds or kilos. Silverware, pitcher, Quama, flask. And yes, I still have that glitch that makes that get messed up. And 31 gold. Excellent. Makes this get messed up. Not exactly sure what does that. And some more stuff. And in here is a mod that I have that gives me these beginner weapons. I don't know if you remember, I told you about this last time. They are valueless. They have no value. They're just basically here to give you something to start with, so you don't have just that dagger. I just need the bow and arrow for now. Can't sell any, but that beginner shield, I don't think I'm gonna need that shield. I might have if I was gonna use a sword, or axe. Engraved ring of healing. The Morrowind sound and Morrowind graphics sound overhaul. One of the things that it did is it changed the looks of all of these, and I just didn't like it. It changed the look of this Flynn here to, I mean, I hate to say it, but it almost seemed like, you know, my daughter, she's 10 years old, and I think she could have drawn a better looking bottle than what they had in Morrowind graphics sound overhaul. Same thing with the rings. They got all new looks for all the rings and everything. They just didn't look good in my opinion. I mean, I hate to say that, you know, because it's a good mod. It's worth having if you want to get it, but I just wish they would have let me shut off the parts of it that I didn't want. Like, I didn't want the new looks that they had for everything. Okay, so he's telling me a little bit about Morrowind. Uriel Septim, the 7th, is the current head. He's the Emperor. And the Empire is... Morrowind is part of the Empire. He's giving me duties, telling me to go see Caius Cosades. He is in Balmora. I'm to report to him. I can take the Silt Strider if I wish. And that's basically all that he is telling me. I can just click through some of these. But it's all basically same stuff. And he's telling me a little bit about some of the areas around here, or where the Silt Strider can take me.
Go ahead, stranger.
And that is it. Okay. Morrowind comes alive. This is the setup for it. It is a mod that I have. We went over this, I think, the first time I ran through this, way back a long time ago, maybe episode 1 or episode 2. I can either use the default settings or I can use customized settings. Let's take a look at the customized settings. Enable companions. I generally do not like companions. The problem with companions is they take away my experience points. They kill creatures that normally I would have killed, and I really don't like that. And sometimes they can be a nuisance, so I'm going to disable companions. Courtesans. That's a PG-13 thing, I think. So I am going to disable courtesans. Why they have that in there, I have no idea. Hostile drunks in taverns. I don't think I want to do that, because if you get into a fight in a tavern, you accidentally end up hitting someone, a neutral bystander, and you get charged with a crime, and that would be just a real pain, I think. Respawning hostile NPCs in caves and ruins. I like that idea. I will take that. Bandit attacks in towns. I believe I had that disabled last time. I think for the same reason. You don't want to accidentally end up attacking or hitting a guard. So I'm just going to disable that. Or a regular townsfolk. Hostile Ashlanders, same thing. No, I don't want that. Brigands and Highwaymen at Crossroads. Yes, I did like that last time. I'm going to keep that. Preferred size of hostile NPC parties. Let's just say 2 to 5 for now. I can always go back and redo this, I believe. Okay, so it's telling me I'm on my own now. Okay, this is telling me, basically, it's just getting me ready for these two mods here. This is General Water Life. I believe this one is for Morrowind Acoustics Overhaul. Let's try that one. Okay, this is giving me a time scale. That's the default. Okay. I thought I had... something for Morrowind Acoustics Overhaul. Okay, this is Water Life Ring. Let's configure it. New ingredients. Auto gathering spearfishing facility. Okay, we'll just keep that on the default. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Minimum tolerated frame strength for adding a new creature. Now 12. Sure, sounds good. Spawn creatures in interiors. Now, yes. Sure, sounds good. Spawn creatures when out of the water. Now, yes. Sure, sounds good. New style of slaughterfish dreg. Okay, I guess I'll keep that. Spawning speed factor 1 sounds good. Okay, I never do fishing, by the way. I don't know why I'm even looking at a lot of this stuff. Fish frontal form percentage. Okay, sounds good. Giving harmless animation warnings. Now no. Okay, I don't want that. Allow possible short sword skill increase while... No, I don't want a short sword skill increase. Okay, now it's no. Bubbles on loot, sure. Less aggressive predators, no. I don't want less aggressive predators. Spawn whales, sure. Water palaces, emperor crab shell. Sure, why not? Okay, it is done. Okay, here it is. Morrowind Acoustics Overhaul configuration. You won't have to do any of this if you don't have any of these mods. So don't worry about that. Okay, adjust the music set. Enable disable battle music. Okay. No battle music until player is hit. That's the one I like. That is on. Okay. So that means that in regular Morrowind, don't forget, when a creature goes after you, the battle music starts up. This changes it to now the battle music doesn't start until I actually get hit. PC sounds, player foot sounds, sure. We'll have that on. Magic shields, loops. Okay, I think I don't know for sure. I'm not exactly sure what that is. So I'm going to shut it off. Okay. Adjust sound triggers, triggering Z position. Underwater dive sounds. Okay, I don't know what that is. Medium howls, wind sounds. Sounds good. Heavy howls, wind sounds. Okay, I'm not sure what any of that was. PC voice. Breathing sounds, configuration, breath sounds. Okay, I want that on. Interrupt breath sound when other voice is triggered. Okay, I can turn that on, that's alright. Delay between breathe sounds. Okay, that's good, whatever that was default. Okay, that sounds good. Idle voices. I hate the idle voices thing. Attack voices, I don't like the attack voices. Shield block, taunts, I don't want that. I don't want any taunts. Heartbeat sounds, that's okay. I like the heartbeat sound. Vampire sun damage. Okay, sounds good. What's the default? 10. Okay, 10. Let's keep these at the default. I'm not sure exactly what they do. And that's it. Great. MAO config. Note to Hriscar. Directions. Progress notes. Okay, once again, it does tell me how many skills I need to go up. Summon ancestral ghost. I was hoping it would have been better than that. I mean, I got a 40 conjuration. I was hoping it would be at 100%. And we will save it. Lyman Junior 1. Let's say 01. All right. And I'll do a quick save also. And I will also, I don't know if I'll need to do this, but I will just create a blue screen save. Hopefully I will not get any blue screens. But I should just do that just in case. All right. So let me end the recording here. No, I'm not going to stop playing. I'm just going to end the recording, but I'm not sure. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was going to let me exit out. Let me pause the recording, and I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.